What's with that huge mustache, David?
Oh, nothing much. It's Movember.
What's that?
Oh, you don't know what Movember is? It's an event in November where people grow out their mustache to raise awareness about men's suicide prevention.
Sounds cool. Maybe I'll participate. I bet I look handsome in a mustache.
Hey, let's get back to the show, shall we?
I think my mustache is more important, but fine. Anyways, I'm Eli.
And I'm David. And welcome to Show 8.
The Wellness Center is hosting their second virtual Wellness 5K on December 3rd and 4th. It's a great way to practice self-care and take some time to yourself. Sign-ups are available at the link down below, and they're due by November 11th. So make sure to reserve your spot so you don't miss out on this great event.
Lately, we've been seeing an increase in all kinds of crime here in Arcadia. We teach you the best way to keep yourself safe. Let's head to Robert to find out more on this pressing issue.
Many are beginning to question Arcadia's reputation as a safe city due to a recent increase in criminal activity. Just recently, as last Saturday, there was a robbery at a local Chase Bank. Located on a corner of Huntington Drive and Baldwin Avenue, Abel Lopez, a man of 34 years, broke into Chase Bank just before 10:30 p.m. on Sunday. This is just one recent act of the many criminal offenses in Arcadia.
Oh, crime has exploded in the last year. And I mean, you would have thought with COVID that crime would have gone down, but if anything, it's gone up. Murder is up, property crimes are up, auto thefts are up, especially if you own a Kia or a Hyundai, where there's a TikTok video which shows you how you can steal the car in 60 seconds. I mean, yeah, crime has exploded over the last 12 months.
According to crimemapping.com, a company working with Arcadia's police department, the amount of motor vehicle thefts and break-ins combined to form 1/3 of the total criminal cases within the past month in Arcadia. This occurs for a few reasons.
I think it'd be factored into three things, and I know not everybody will agree with me. I think one is Prop 47, where they took certain felonies and dropped them down to misdemeanors with a $950 threshold, which meant there's less incentive to prosecute these people knowing they're only going to commit misdemeanors if things go. Next is Prop 57, which has basically allowed nonviolent offenders, quote unquote nonviolent offenders, to be released early. And we've seen already these situations where people who shouldn't have been released from prison being released, including the Sacramento shooter. And I think defund the police had a lot to do with it as well, where they feel like they're just not there to support them anymore.
With all this considered, many are wondering, how can we stay safe from crime? For inside info, we have Lieutenant Crother of the Arcadia Police Department.
One of the biggest tips that we can give to stay safe is to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. When you're out in public and walking around, we ask that people, not be on your phone when you're walking around. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Be aware of your surroundings, and stay in well-lit areas and travel in groups. Those are always good tips.
Make sure to remember these tips if you're in a dire situation. A special thank you to the Arcadia Police Department for their collaboration with us. This is Robert. Stay safe, Apaches.
If you're someone that likes to challenge yourself by taking AP exams, make sure you register that using the link down below. The exam costs $115 if you order by this Sunday, but the price goes up to $150 if you order late. Don't wait until the last minute.
We all know life can be overwhelming sometimes. While we have many adult counselors to talk to, we may not feel a great connection with them. Luckily, a friendly group on campus provides us with a safe space to talk to your fellow students. Let's head to Terry with more.
The Peer Counseling Program is back in motion. Peer Counseling is a group of trained students available to support you and talk to you about anything, ranging from school stress to social life, or even just about your interests.
Welcome, this is our peer counseling room. Come on in. So this is the main room. You could just hang out, talk to your friends, talk to us, do whatever you like here.
And if you ever want a private session with one of us, then we can come here and talk. You can talk to us, your counselors, about how you're feeling, what you're struggling with.
We all are suffering or going through the same stuff. I think and I hope that it's gonna help to soothe someone's pain, or I hope we can hear out someone's problem and maybe deal with the problem together.
We have 6 peer counselors, and they went through several weeks of training. We're teaching them about effective communication, being able to make the visitors who come in feel comfortable, and also about being able to be an active listener. The goal is to make sure it is creating a peer program where students feel supported and comfortable to come in and talk.
I'm so thankful they were here to help me sort out all of my problems. Life is hard being an academic weapon and an APN member. The peer counselors were so supportive and open-minded. I will definitely be coming back, and you should too. Check them out in the Wellness Center at lunch on Mondays and in B104 after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This has been Grace McCloskey. Back to you guys in the studio.
Looking to add some swag while carrying whatever goodies you need? Well, SMW is currently selling stylish tote bags and drawstring bags. Purchase from any SMW member. The offer goes on until November 16th, so make sure to not miss out on some amazing gear.
One of the most anticipated albums of the year from one of the biggest artists in the world finally released, shattering all records on all platforms. Let's go to Cayla to find out how good the album really is.
On October 21st, Taylor Swift released her 10th original studio album, Midnights, consisting of 13 new songs literally breaking Spotify. 3 hours later, she went even further by releasing 7 more songs, the 3 a.m. edition, adding up to a total of 20 songs released. It's safe to say that this album didn't disappoint. After releasing 2 unplanned albums, Folklore and Evermore, during the pandemic, no one expected her to halt her current re-recording process of her old albums. But surprisingly, she did it and truly knocked it out of the park. It focuses on the feelings that have kept her up at night, including falling in love, revenge, and heartbreak, and much more. Personally, it is the only album I've been listening to all week. In an album with 0 skippable tracks, picking a favorite is hard, but I'm partial to track 13, Mastermind. It attacks the rumors and stereotypes of successful women in the music industry, something Taylor has been fighting her entire career, as well as the meticulous planning women in the industry have to do in order to be successful. Its overall theme is genius while also being a catchy end track at the same time. Overall, the overwhelming support and positive reactions Midnights has been receiving is very well deserved and accurate. I give this album 5 stars and highly recommend everyone give it a listen. This has been Cayla, and back to the anchors in the studio.
If you haven't already seen all the posters around campus, Arcadia Stage is currently prepping for their first musical of the year, Grease. The show premieres on November 10th and runs through the 12th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets at the door or from any stagecraft or theater student. Tickets are $15 for students and $10 for students and $15 for general admission. See you there.
We've been seeing a lot of nice mustaches lately. I'm surprised to see how good they are on everyone.
It depends. Some people can't rock one.
That's true. I guess mustaches aren't for everyone.
Hey, since mustaches are now trending, why don't we check out some other popular trends?
We could, but I'm feeling for some gossip. What about some unpopular trends?
That's not a bad idea. Luckily, Andrea and Reena did just that. Let's head over to them to see what our fellow Apaches think.
I'm putting like the socks over your leggings.
Flannel jackets.
Speedos. Club tops, they're just Billy. Am I gonna get canceled for this? Clothes.
The guys wearing the low-rise pants where their crotch is hanging down like 5 feet to their knees.
Jorts.
Really, really colorful clothes.
I don't like jorts.
Cargos with Jordans.
Low-rise jeans.
For me, I don't understand like pajama pants. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Jorts! They're so ugly.
Jorts, yeah, jorts. Definitely jorts.
I hate Crocs, especially purple ones.
This mustache is really making me feel like a winner.
How'd your mustache grow that fast anyway?
I'll never tell how. Just admire it.
I'll pass, but speaking of winners, our sports team has won so many games in their seasons, and some even won in CIF.
You're right. They've been doing amazing. Let's head to Andrea with the cut on this week's sports.
Thanks, guys. This week has been packed with exciting games, with our sports going to their CIF games. Let's go to Hayden with more info.
Our girls' tennis has been causing a racket all season. Now let's take a look at how they've been performing as they head to CIF playoffs.
Our girls' varsity tennis officially capped off their regular season as Pacific League champs with a 12-0 record. They now look to CIF as they will play their first round in the Open Division against the top seed San Marino today at San Marino. Be sure to look out for Michaela Cheng and Samantha Wang, who received all league honors in singles.
Great job to our girls' tennis team for finishing off the regular season. On the other hand, let's swim on over to see how the boys' water polo is doing.
Coming out as the Pacific League champions, the boys' water polo team had a record of 19-9 and was given a bye in the first round, as well as advancing to the second round against Downey. This was an extremely competitive back-and-forth game as Downey came in with a record of 22-2. However, our Apaches CIF playoffs came to an end on Thursday night with Arcadia losing 15-11.
Unfortunately, that will be the end to their season. But we are so proud of how far you guys have gone. Keep your heads up, Apaches. This has been Hayden, and back to Andrea in the studio.
Thanks, Hayden. Our girls golf team won the CIF Division I championship yesterday at the Huntington CC against the top teams in Southern California. They beat the number 1 ranked team, Rancho Santa Margarita, by 4 strokes, shooting a team total of 369, 9 over par. Today we are joined by 3 special guests, Erica Lee, Zoe Sparcher, and Keeman Hu. What sets you girls apart from other teams?
So this year we have some very reliable team members and we have a strong sense of camaraderie among us. This helps us get through even the most difficult courses and the toughest tournaments.
Erica, you led the Lady Apaches with a 4 under par and won low medalist honors. What do you think went well during the championships?
It was really stable overall, so I just made sure to focus hole by hole. And as a team, we went in without any expectations, so I think that contributed to our success.
As you girls head to state qualifier next week at Brookside, what are your expectations?
I'd say that my main expectations is that we play to the best of our ability, and if we happen to make it, then great. If not, that's okay. We just know that we played to the best of our ability, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Thank you girls for your time, and back to Eli and David.
Wow, your mustache is getting really huge.
I'm glad you're finally noticing how great it is. Truly marvelous, isn't it?
Well, marvelous is a bit extreme, but it does suit you rather well.
And I'll be looking marvelous until the end of November.
Well, while November continues on, I think that wraps it up for our November episode.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and make sure to check out all our socials down below.
Because we don't have school next Friday in honor of Veterans Day, make sure to check out our next show on Thursday, November 10th.
Anyways, this has been Eli.
And this has been David. See you next show, Apaches.